Hi guys, thank you so much for booking with us and welcome to Cedar Mountain Ranch. The first thing I'm going to be going over is what to expect as you're navigating the gates and heading up to the tent. And eventually you're going to make it to this gate. Now you're going to recognize this gate because you got two red signs on it, and you're also going to have a dead end sign on the right hand side of the gate, which I'll show you here in just a minute. The most important thing to know about this is this road is a single lane. It's fairly narrow, but you guys should have no problem navigating it, especially with my help. So once you get to the gate, there is a lockbox on the right-hand side of the gate. So you'll pull up, you'll park back just a little ways so that the gate has some room to open, and then the lockbox is right up here. Now there is a whole handful of lockboxes here because multiple people have access to this gate and properties kind of surrounding ours. Our lockbox for Cedar Mountain Ranch is located on the bottom. Basically, there's going to be a combination code on this lockbox that will change periodically. Go ahead and pull this little lever here, and you'll see that the lockbox pops right open. Once you grab the key out of the lockbox, you can head on over to the other side of the gate. Now there are a lot of locks on the gate. Ours is the very bottom. So there should only be one key on the ring. Once you unlock it, you can use this pulley to pull down, and then the gate should open. So after you make it through the gate, you can go ahead and take your key, and then we'll throw it right back here in the lockbox. The gate closes the exact same way that it opens. So just go ahead and swing it closed, pull the pulley, and then put the lock through both eyelets. Now, just the drive to the tent is so beautiful, so we recommend rolling your windows down, taking it easy, and enjoying the drive there. Now, on your drive up, it's really not super common that you might encounter another car, but it does happen. So the road's not very busy. Multiple times I've come up here time and time again and haven't seen a single car. If you do happen to see a car, the best way to do it is obviously you want to take the road fairly slow to begin with. So maybe 15 miles an hour, something along those lines, because there are blind corners. It's also good to know that there's some areas of the road that there isn't a good place to pull over. So in that case, typically what will happen is one of the cars, either you or the other person, will back up until you have a good area. Now, if you have an SUV or a 4x4, pretty much everywhere on the road you can pull over. You'll find a good spot. If you don't, and the other person doesn't, then like I said, one of you will back up and eventually you'll find a spot. And just the size of the road itself, I mean, you don't need to pull all the way off to the side. Maybe just one tire kind of off into the leaves, and then they can do the same thing and you guys can navigate around each other. If your sedan is only two-wheel drive, we recommend using the top parking space, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that as we get there. Now, as you guys start nearing the driveway and the view starts opening up, you'll notice this green pole right here. That means that you're getting really close. You'll notice that our gate is right here on the corner on the left-hand side. It's a green gate and it's not locked. You guys can go ahead and hop on out, and it does have this little mechanism. You just pull this horseshoe, and then you want to lift the gate, and then you should be able to push it straight forward. Keep pushing it until you get over a little oak tree right there, just like this, and then you guys can drive on through. Now, as you're pulling into the driveway past the gate, you want to maybe navigate just to the left of the tire tracks, because the tires get a little deep and your car can bottom out. So I favor the left side, and you should be fine. Now, if you guys have a sedan like this, or just a smaller car, it's probably going to be easier for you to park up here in this top spot. So as soon as you come down that little hill, you could just park here, unload your stuff, and the tent is just right down the other side. Once you unclasp the front of the tent, most people leave it hanging, but there are little clips on the inside here that you can clip the front of it open. There's a bug net inside as well, and that'll allow some ventilation, keep you guys nice and cool. This is the solar generator, which is essentially a giant battery. It does have a light on the front should you need it. This is a dim light, a bright light, a little bit softer tone, and then it has an SOS. This is the Starlink router. So in order to power on the router, you have a plug, standard household plug, that you could just plug right into the generator. Now, if you don't get any power, there's a small button just above the plugs, right here. If you press and hold that, it should fire up. You'll see a little light turn on, and then you should be able to get power. So you can see the display on the front says 99%. Obviously that's your battery power. If it gets too low, say 20%, I do have a plug that you can plug into an extension cord and turn on our auxiliary gas generator. All you got to do is make sure that the solar generator is plugged in, and then I'll show you how to turn on the auxiliary gas generator. So if you walk around this big rock with the Starlink on top of it, you'll see the gas generator sitting here. This is very easy to use. So there's 3 settings: off, run, and start. So to start it, you put it to start. There's an electric starter with a push button. When you push the button, the generator will turn and then it'll fire up. Let it cycle for a second and then you turn it to run. And then when you're ready to turn the generator off, you just move it over to off. You'll notice that this is charging because the input is very high, and you can see the flickering battery symbol on the left. Now in order to use the coffee, the teapot and the coffee bean grinder plug into the top here. There's an extension cord that runs out from the bottom, and all you need to do is plug that into the solar generator, which you can put right there. Now we do have 3 remotes, each with a different purpose. The first remote is for the Amazon Fire Stick, the second remote is the projector, and the third remote is used for the solar lights outside. All right guys, so honestly I think that's gonna do it. Thank you so much again for booking with us. Thank you for staying in our beautiful tent. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We really look forward to having you. Enjoy your stay.